We will need some heavy whipping cream, or just cream, doesn't have to be heavy. Dijon mustard, rosemary, olive oil, a dry white wine, so you can use a Chardonnay or a Pinot Grigio, chicken stock, and salt and pepper. The recipe calls for 2 8-ounce pieces of chicken, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it for 4. So that's a total of 32 ounces. So with the recipe, we'll just basically double it. Garlic, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a side of linguine and marinara sauce. So we are going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. This is our marinade that we're making for chicken. A couple teaspoons of Dijon mustard. So I doubled the recipe. Normally it calls for 1 of each, but now I'm gonna put 2 of each. Usually also calls for 1 tablespoon of rosemary and 1 clove. But I doubled it, so now it's 2 cloves of garlic chopped finely, and 2 tablespoons of fresh rosemary chopped finely as well. So salt and pepper to taste. Smells good. We're gonna dust the chicken with salt. Salt. Pepper. What I did for my marinade is, rather than put it in a bag, since I'm gonna have to put it in the fridge for anywhere from 2 hours to overnight, put it in a bag, I just went ahead and put it in Tupperware. And I'm just gonna add it straight into the Tupperware. Tupperware is slightly bigger, so that whenever I close it, I have enough room to shake it around. You can also go ahead and get in there too and mix it up a little bit better, because the consistency is kind of thick, so it's not like it's like gonna ooze down naturally. Just want to make sure I have it covered nice and good. Oh, that smells good. I have a feeling that this Dijon mustard is gonna go well with the rosemary. So we'll put it in the fridge for just a couple hours, or overnight if you want. You just want to do the day before, and we'll cook it tomorrow. Alright, so we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm gonna show you my tablespoon here in a second. Ooh. Made with love. So we're gonna saute this chicken that we marinated for 2 hours. We're gonna saute it over a medium heat. So when you saute, you just want to make sure that you keep on turning it until it is browned on both sides and cooked. Again, the recipe calls for 8 ounces of chicken breast. For each chicken breast to be 8 ounces, which these are what this recipe serves for. At least the recipe I'm doing. Whenever you cook chicken, there's a smooth side and then there's like a messy or dirty side. It's like the rough side that looks like it's all shredded up. You want to start with that messy side on the bottom and cook that first, and then you flip it to the smooth side. I had this one upside down. That's just kind of like the rule of thumb. Use nice fresh rosemary, chopped up nice and fine. Now when you're dealing with different types of meat and different cuts of meat and thicknesses, they're gonna take different amount of time to cook. Now, when you're dealing with poultry and pork, of course, you want to kind of go by the prescribed, if you're unsure if it's cooked or not, you want to go by the prescribed internal temperatures, you know, to make sure that it's cooked all the way. Now what we're going to do is, now that the chicken is done, we're going to actually remove it from the pan and set it aside on a plate. So we're keeping the heat at a medium, and we're going to add half a cup of white wine, a dry white wine. So I went with a Pinot Grigio. And basically all we're doing right now is we're deglazing. And so all deglazing is like a fancy way of saying that you're cleaning your pan using like either a liquid such as like a wine or water. And so there's like all the little burnt pieces and stuff on the bottom. What this is doing is this is cleaning it. So you see how it went from white wine to this. This is a way to make almost kind of like a gravy without flour. So the French do this a lot. They deglaze. And as you can see, it's kind of melting down. And you can also use, if you don't want to use the liquid, you can use the vegetables. Probably the best vegetable to use is the onion, because as it leaks and sweats, it has the same effect where it deglazes and it cleans the bottom of your pan. So we're going to add that. We're going to add our chicken stock, also half a cup. We're also going to add our cream. Now, with this being an Italian dish, rosemary chicken, you could add capers, and this would be the time to add it to your sauce. But what we're going to do is kind of stir it up, and we're going to let it simmer and thicken. So we've been simmering. It's been about it's been a while. What do you think? 10 minutes? It's been about 10 minutes, you know, but it's getting nice and thick here. And now I'm gonna add in the Dijon mustard. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons. Now this same Dijon mustard that we used to marinate overnight, so that's a good one. More than a tablespoon, so go a little bit under on this one. Whisk. Get it blended nice and good. So what we can do is we're going to put our chicken back in here just to reheat it up a little bit more. It should be cooked all the way. Good thing about letting it sit there is when we let it sit here, it continues to cook. We'll take that juice that was from there and go ahead and dump it in there as well. Get a nice little coating on it as well. Minutes. While we do that, we can go ahead and add some spaghetti. I went ahead and made some linguine as a side. And add the chicken. Okay, and all we're gonna do is we're just gonna take some of the sauce and spoon it over. That's pretty much all it is, y'all. There we go. Rosemary chicken. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.